So today's conversation is about burnout and how it can affect your team culture. So this conversation is about leaders. So this message is for you. So are your team members disengaged? Do you have some folks with negative attitudes? Your team culture might be creating that without you even realizing it. And that actually can cause people to leave. And there are a lot of people actually leaving toxic workplace cultures. And so looking at this, questions for you to ask yourself. What behaviors are you unconsciously exhibiting to your team that cause toxic workplace culture? And so what is your way of being? How do you show up in front of your team? What skills and what behaviors are you exhibiting to your team? You might think that what you're doing is working, but if the end result is that people are leaving and they're disengaged, it might not be. It might be time for you to take a look at your culture and what you can do to improve it. So, because if you don't take the lead on creating a positive workplace culture, it creates itself, and it may not be the way you want it to be. So looking at this, there's two different types of workplace cultures. Number one, that toxic workplace culture where people aren't listened to, they're not heard, they're not respected, and also they might be gaslighted. So the other is a positive workplace culture, and I know there's a whole lot more here. This is a bigger conversation. But the positive workplace culture is where workplace balance is encouraged. And it starts at the top. You, yes, as leaders, you need to do that. And it's also a place where trust and respect are demonstrated on every day through all your actions. And so in looking at this, I have a few power skills, suggestions to offer you. I've got 5 of them. First one, create an experience of psychological safety for your team members to allow everyone to be seen, to be heard, and to feel safe to share what's actually happening with them and not judged. That judgment can just dissipate all of that quickly. So number 2 is to listen deeply to your team members, whether you're in a meeting, virtually or in person, listening to everybody. And sometimes those quiet voices, those ones that don't speak up, are the ones that have the most powerful feedback. And then also your one-on-ones. That's where you get to connect deeply with your team members. And if you're not doing one-on-ones or check-ins, I highly suggest that you start doing that now. That improves the culture. So number 3 is to encourage self-care and well-being and have you take the lead with how you show up, how you care for yourself, and making sure that you're letting people know what you're doing. So number 4 is to be really vulnerable and authentic. Sometimes that can be the most challenging thing, but it's letting people know that you're real. Allow them to see your humanness, because then you'll be relatable, but also see them and their humanness as well. And then number 5 is really to recognize and experience your own emotions and how that can affect your behavior that follows your emotions. And so if you take a deep look and you go, wow, I didn't realize I was doing that, step back and make change. You can make change in your life. And so your culture is really created by the people, but it starts with the leaders. Not only you as a leader, but your entire leadership team. And so if you need some extra support with leadership development or team development, let me know. Click the link below, and I'd love to have a conversation with you. So take care. Look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.